Claims happen. Fortunately, you have Gerg Insurance and Financial in your corner. Your family is our family, and we really mean that. So we invite you to get in touch with us and find out for yourself. Gerg Insurance and Financial. Offices in Ridgeway, Warren, and St. Mary's. Call 814-781-1020 for an appointment or a quote today. Gerg Insurance and Financial wants to understand you to help protect you.
Gerg Insurance, caring for you and the things you care for.
Spring is here, and that means grilling season. Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville has all your grilling needs covered with chicken, steak, pork chops, and more. You can check out all of Mike's Bilo's weekly specials from the comfort of your home at mikesbilo.com, where you will also find online coupons and recipes. Visit Mike's Bilo on South 5th Street in Reynoldsville today. Mike's Bilo's Foods, your friendly hometown supermarket.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921. With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of High School Softball on the YDL Sports Network, D9and10sports.com. I'm Chris Rossetti. I'm live here at Heindel Field in DuBois, getting ready for a showdown between two of the top teams in District 9 again here, as the Punxsutawney Lady Chucks have made the quick trip up from Punxsutawney to face the DuBois Central Catholic Lady Cardinals. And the Lady Cardinals come in off of the 9-0 win over Elk County Catholic on Friday. Punxsutawney last Wednesday lost a heartbreaker 2-1 to the St. Mary's Lady Dutch. That was on a walk-off situation as St. Mary's picked up a two runs in the bottom of inning number 7 to win that game. So we are here at Heindel Field just getting ready for our introductions as the managers are out and the captain's out talking to both teams. We'll take this opportunity to introduce the starting lineup for the Punxsutawney Lady Chucks. Leading off and doing the catching will be Avery Powell. Batting second and pitching, Sierra Tobin. Batting third, the designated player, Brooke Young. Batting fourth and at first base, Carly Young. Batting fifth and playing second base, Brinley Hallman. Batting sixth and in right field, Lexi Poole. Batting seventh and in center field, Emily Dobbins. Batting eighth and at shortstop, Brooke Scarbeck. And batting ninth and in left field, Olivia Tobin. So it's Avery Powell, Sierra Tobin, Brooke Young, Carly Young, Hallman, Poole, Dobbins, Scarbeck, and Olivia Tobin for Punxsutawney. For DuBois Central Catholic, it'll be Kaylee Franklin leading off and playing shortstop. Jesse Frank will bat second and do the catching. Kaylee Rizzer will bat third and play center field. Malia Mitscavich batting fourth and doing the pitching. Rose Whipple will bat fifth and play first base. Lauren Davidson batting sixth and at second base. Lydia Morgan batting seventh and in left field. Marina Haynes will bat eighth and play in right field, and Riley Kolbatsky will bat ninth and play third base. So for DCC, it's Franklin, Frank, Rizzer, Mitscavich, Whipple, Davidson, Morgan, Haynes, and Kolbatsky. We're going to step aside, thank some of our sponsors here. When we get back, it'll be close to time for first pitch. You're watching High School Softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
What's the
Left fielder, number 6.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Number 14, Keith Vaughn.
It's that time of year where the weather tests our sanity. But better days lie shortly ahead. Nature will welcome us back to enjoy its sweet chorus, and sparkling waters will engulf us to rejuvenate our souls. There will be countless adventures and awesome opportunities, and most importantly, quality time with those we love. We welcome you to enjoy some of life's great experiences in Warren County, where we have been enjoying the great outdoors since 1819. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Simple, pure, real.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
Back here at Heindel Field, getting ready for this matchup between Punxsutawney and DuBois Central Catholic. Chris Rossetti here. Glad to have you alongside with me this afternoon. Let's take a look at the defense for the DuBois Central Catholic Lady Cardinals. Malia Mickiewicz will get the start in the circle. She'll be throwing to Jesse Frank. Rose Webby over at first. Lauren Davidson's at second. Kaylee Franklin is the shortstop. Riley Kolbatsky is at third base. Lydia Morgan's in left. Kelly Rizzer's in center. And Marina Haynes is in right field. So that's Whipple, Davidson, Franklin, and Kolbatsky first to third. Morgan, Rizzer, and Haynes left to right. Frank doing the catching for Mickiewicz. Leading off for Punxsutawney will be Avery Powell. She'll be followed by Sierra Tobin and Brooke Young. Punxsutawney under the direction of Brad Constantino, his second year as the head coach. Longtime DuBois Central Catholic head coach George Heigl. Both of these teams feel like they can make deep runs inside the state playoffs this year. Punxsutawney in AAA. DCC is in single A. Lady Cardinals did make the state championship game in single A a year ago, falling in that championship game. Second time they've lost the title game. Feel like maybe this is their year to potentially win that state title, something their baseball team did a year ago and is one of the favorites to do again this season, as is the Punxsutawney baseball team, which went to the state semifinals a year ago and has a chance to make another run this year as well. So we are ready to get underway here. Avery Powell, the right-handed hitter wearing the number 4, will step in for DCC. So Malia Mickiewicz checks her armband. Gets ready to deliver the first pitch. In there for a called strike one. So 0-1 here on Avery Powell, leading off the first inning. First strike brought to you by DuBois Lanes, where you can always get a strike. Second pitch, a little high, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. For all your bowling needs, call Dubois Lanes at 814-371-0344. Check them out online at duboislanes.com. Here's the 1-1 from Miscavige. Speaking of Dubois Lanes, Malia, fantastic bowler. 2-1 here on Avery Powell, leading off the top of the first. That ball is skied high in the air. Miscavige out of the circle, calls for it, and makes the catch for out number 1. So Powell pops up to Miscavige. That'll bring up Sierra Tovin. Tovin, the junior pitcher for these Lady Chucks, one of the best players in all of District 9. Takes outside, ball 1. Had the opportunity last year down at Punxsutawney to see Punxsutawney go head-to-head with eventual state champion Clearfield in a game where Tovin and Emma Hips battled out in the circle to a great game. As that ball is skied towards shallow right, and that's going to land in for a base hit. Fall in front of the right fielder Haynes and in front between the right fielder Haynes and the second baseman Davidson. So Tovin with a 1-out single. So just a little bloop there for Tovin, but it gets the job done for the base hit. That'll bring up Brooke Young, the designated player. And now it looks like we're going to get a runner here for Tovin. We are. It's going to be number 11. That will be Bryn Herbert.
Number 11, Bryn Herbert.
So Herbert coming in as the courtesy runner for Tovin here. So Herbert at first pitch, grounder, back to the circle, turning for 1 at second. That'll be all they get is the second baseman Franklin kind of took that off to the side and then had to step on second base. And there are 2 away here for Punxsutawney. So 2 outs for the Lady Chucks. That'll bring up Carly Young, the first baseman. So the courtesy runner, Abert, is removed from the base paths as Brooke Young now at first base. First pitch fouled back into the screen, strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Carly Young. Senior for these Lady Chucks. Miscavige's wind in the 0-1. That is ripped, but foul. Down the third base side, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 here on Carly Young with Brooke Young at first and 2 outs. That just misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And then a quick snap throw by Frank down, and diving back in safely is Brooke Young. So ready with the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is a Dubois Lane strikeout. You'll never have to worry about striking out. Well, you'll always want to get a strike when you go to Dubois Lanes, I guess. And the inning is over. So for the Chucks, no runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left on base. At the end of a half an inning of play, it is Dubois Central Catholic coming to bat. Punxsutawney, no score. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Claims have Claims happen. Fortunately, you have Gerg Insurance and Financial in your corner. Your family is our family, and we really mean that. So we invite you to get in touch with us and find out for yourself. Gerg Insurance and Financial. Offices in Ridgeway, Warren, and St. Mary's. Call 814-781-1020 for an appointment or a quote today. Gerg Insurance and Financial wants to understand you to help protect you.
Gerg Insurance, caring for you and the things you care for.
Back here at Heindel Field, DuBois Central Catholic coming to the plate in the bottom of inning number 1 of a scoreless game. It'll be Franklin, Frank, and Rizzer for the Lady Cardinals against Sierra Tobin. We'll set the Punxsutawney defense here in a second, but there's a line drive base hit into right field. Played on one, bounced by Lexi Poole, but it's a leadoff single for Franklin.
Now batting catcher, number 1, Jesse Frank.
We'll bring up Jesse Frank. So you've made Lexi Poole in right field. Dobbins is in center. Olivia Tobin is in left. Carly Young's at first. Holman's at second. Scarbeck is at shortstop. Holman is the third baseman, and Powell does the catching. Is bunting through that is Jesse Frank for strike 1. So again, it is Carly Young at first, Holman, Scarbeck, and Sid Hoffman, Hoffman is over at third, not Holman. It's Hoffman over at third. There's a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Olivia Tobin, Dobbins, and Poole left to right. Powell doing the catching for Sierra Tobin. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jesse Frank, the junior. Kelly Franklin's at first, having led off this inning with a single. It's now 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball, base hit into right field. Rounding second, but holding there will be Franklin, as it's back-to-back singles to lead off to right field for the Lady Cardinals. That'll bring up Kaylee Rizzer. So Rizzer at the plate with runners at first and second and nobody out. First pitch to Rizzer, in there for a called strike 1. So DCC hoping to plate the first Daddies and Clarion runs. You'll never have to worry about what you're plating for dinner when you go to Daddies and Clarion. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Daddies Clarion. There's a bunt foul. Speaking of Daddy's Clarion, want to wish owner Dana Treese a happy birthday today. It's now 0-2 here on Rizzer. It's a little high, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 here, or 1-2 on Rizzer. Now it's 2-2. Ball gets down. They're going to send a runner to third. She's going to get there. Now she's going to think about coming home. She will hold over there, though, as Franklin, as the throw went into left field, but not far enough away to allow Franklin to score. But the runners will move up on that wild pitch. So second and third now, and 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rizzer, and that's high, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So from 0-2 to 3-2 is Rizzer, with runners at second and third and nobody out here in the bottom of the first for DCC in a scoreless game. She chases that. They're going to say that she must have hit the plate with her bat. It's the only thing I can think of, because it sure the heck sounded like the bat hit something, but it must have hit the plate for the strikeout. So that is at DuBois Lanes strikeout. You'll always get a strike when you bowl at DuBois Lanes. And that's exactly what George Heigel's now asking. He felt that it was a foul ball, and I agree. It sounded like it hit something there, and you could hear it all the way up here. Unless the bat hit home plate, I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul ball. But now they're going to discuss it, and the base umpire, you can see him. He has no idea whether or not that ball was fouled or not. So they're going to go with the strikeout. But boy, it really did sound like a foul ball from up here. Well, no replay, so to speak, here at the high school level. So it's going to go in the books as a strikeout. Now it is up to Malia Mickiewicz. First pitch to Mickiewicz. High pop fly to right. Coming in is Poole. She's going to catch it. Franklin's going to tag. She'll score, and it's 1-0. Du Bois Central Catholic on the sacrifice fly by Malia Mickiewicz.
Now batting first baseman, number 22, Rose Whipple.
So Mickiewicz, the RBI on the play, also going to third on that fly ball is Jesse Frank, and it's 1-0 DCC. So DCC plates that first Daddies and Clarion run, and now Rose Whipple takes ball one. So with runners at second and third and nobody out, Tovin looking to minimize the damage here now with a runner at third and 2 outs. That's Wayans, a nice play there by Avery Powell, the uniqueness of a left-handed catcher. You see that a little bit more in softball than you do in baseball, but still a rarity to see a lefty catcher, and that's what Powell is. Here's a chopper, second baseman Holman up with it and on to first to retire Whipple. So in the bottom of the first for DCC, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of 1 full inning of play, it is Du Bois Central Catholic 1, Punxsutawney 0. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Spring is here, and that means grilling season. Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville has all your grilling needs covered with chicken, steak, pork chops, and more. You can check out all of Mike's Bilo's weekly specials from the comfort of your home at mikesbilo.com, where you will also find online coupons and recipes. Visit Mike's Bilo on South 5th Street in Reynoldsville today. Mike's Bilo's Foods, your friendly hometown supermarket.
Back here at Heindel Field in Du Bois, where Du Bois Central Catholic has a 1-0 lead over Punxsutawney as we go to the top of the second inning. Good job by Sierra Tobin of the Lady Chucks to minimize what could have been a big inning for DCC as they had runners at second and third and nobody out, but were only able to manage the 1 run on the Malia Mickiewicz sacrifice fly to right field that scored Franklin from third. Franklin had led off the inning with a single. In the second, it'll be Holman, Poole, and Dobbins for Punxsutawney against Malia Mickiewicz. As Mickiewicz finishes up her warm-up pitches. We'll get ready for to step into the box, the second baseman for the Lady Chucks.
Leading off from Punxsutawney, second baseman, number 16, Brindley Hallman.
So Brindley Hallman wearing number 16. Stepping in for the Lady Chucks of Punxsutawney against Malia Mickiewicz. Mickiewicz gave up a hit, struck out 1 in the first inning. Her first pitch here in the second is fouled off, strike 1. Hallman to be followed by Poole and then Dobbins. Wind in the pitch. That's a little high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's game being brought to you by Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville. Also Swift Kennedy and Company. She fouls that one off. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Du Bois Lanes. Brand new on today. Du Bois Lanes. New advertiser for us. Wind in the 1-2. That's up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also by Tonesta Builder Supply, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, Ed Gerg, Allstate Insurance, St. Mary's, Ridgeway, and Warren. The ball was fouled off and remained 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. One and a 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's another DuBois Lanes strikeout. You'll always get a strike when you go to DuBois Lanes for all your bowling needs.
Right fielder, number 10, Lacey Poole.
So 1 away here in the second inning for Punxsutawney. That'll bring up Lacey Poole. There's a little comebacker and then a little bit of miscommunication between Mickiewicz and Whipple, and that'll be an infield single for Poole, as it was kind of hitting no man's land, but Mickiewicz and Whipple weren't quite sure who wanted to take that. By the time Whipple took it, it was too late to get Poole, and she's on first with a 1-out single. We'll bring up Emily Dobbins. The ball is fouled off to the right, strike 1.
Center fielder, number 8, Emily Dobbins.
Here's the 0-1. Runner goes to second. Strong throw by Frank. That's going to get Poole trying to steal. So Frank throws out Poole trying to steal. Goes to the shortstop Franklin, and there are 2 away now. So Punxsutawney was trying to get themselves a runner into scoring position, but instead they erased the runner on a great throw there by Jesse Frank, and now it's fouled out of play here by Dobbins, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So that was a rocket of a throw there by Jesse Frank to get the speedy Poole trying to steal second, and it wasn't really all that close. The ball just misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2. There's a line drive base hit up the middle by Dobbins, as Dobbins singles with 2 outs. Third hit of the game for the Lady Chucks. So now that throwing out of Poole becomes all that more important for DCC here, as that might have scored a run if she had been safe at second. So Frank, so far, you could say might have saved a run for the Lady Cardinals, as Brooke Scarback steps to the plate, swings and misses, strike 1. Next pitch is fouled and will go out of play, hit off the first base dugout occupied by the Punxsutawney Lady Chucks. And now it is no balls and 2 strikes here on Scarbeck. So Mickiewicz ahead in the count, 0-2, checks her wristband for the sign. Ready with the 0-2. Off speed, ball 1, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. That ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in is Morgan. She's not going to be able to make the catch. That'll go as a base hit. And now it's runners at second and third, or first and second, and 2 outs. for Punxsutawney is Morgan coming in hard, wasn't able to get there. And on the third hit of the inning for Punxsutawney, they've got runners at first and second and 2 outs. And now, how big is the caught stealing? As Olivia Tobin steps to the plate, the freshman, and a big opportunity here for the freshman to deliver. First pitch inside, ball 1. Next pitch, that's a little flare. That's going to get over the head of the shortstop, Franklin. That'll bring home a run, and we're tied at 1-1. So not a lot of hard hit balls here by Punxsutawney, but they've been well-placed balls by the Lady Chucks. Is that one just over the head of the shortstop, Franklin? We're tied up at 1 apiece.
Now batting catcher, number 3, Avery Powell.
Fourth hit of the inning for Punxsy, and now the top of the lineup, and Avery Powell takes a strike inside. All tied up at 1. Here's the next pitch. That's a little fister. Will it land fair? Oh, what a catch! In foul territory, I do believe, by Kaylee Franklin running over there. She's able to get it to retire the side, but not before Punxsutawney picks up 1 run on 4 hits. There was no errors, 2 left on base, 1 big caught stealing. And at the end of an inning and a half, it's Punxsutawney 1, DuBois Central Catholic 1. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxborough.
Cliff Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. Back here at Heindel Field as we go to bottom of inning number 2, all tied up at 1 between Punxsutawney and DuBois Central Catholic. It'll be Lauren Davidson, Lydia Morgan, and Marina Haynes for the Lady Cardinals against Sierra Tobin. Tobin gave up hits to the first 2 batters she faced and then minimized the damage to 1 run in the bottom inning number 1. Punxsutawney got that run back in the top of this second inning. Taking ball 1 is Davidson. Tobin's next pitch, Davidson chases one high and outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Lauren Davidson. Next pitch. That is popped up. First baseman Young can't get there as it hits off the fence in front of the first base dugout occupied by Punxsutawney. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a ball hit into left, and then a nice catch out there by the left fielder, Olivia Tobin, for out number 1.
Now batting left fielder, number 16, Lydia Morgan.
So nice play there by the left fielder, Tobin, to make that really nice catch. That'll bring up Lydia Morgan. Morgan takes strike one. Tobin ready with the 0-1. That's right in there for strike two, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 on Lydia Morgan with 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 2. Wine in the 0-2. That ball is skied high. Young, the catcher, though, Powell calls off Young and makes the catch in foul ground for out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, number 2, Marina Haynes.
So that'll bring up Marina Haynes, the right fielder. Haynes playing in her first game of the season, missed the opener with an illness. Haynes way up in the box against Tobin, takes ball 1 inside. If you're just joining us, DCC with a run in the first. Punxsutawney answered with a run in the top of the second. That's where we stand, 1-1 here in the bottom of inning number 2. That ball is fouled away, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Haynes. Wind into 1-1. That is lifted into right field. That's going to be a foul ball. Just fouled down the right field line. Coming over was right fielder Poole. She wasn't going to get to it, but it falls into foul territory. That would have been extra bases for Haynes. Instead, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 on Haynes. Winding the pitch. Way up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's foul ball out of your screen here as we can get most of the field for you, but just down the line's not quite. Wind in the 2-2. That ball is fouled out of play. Hits off the facade, comes back in. First base coach Ed Galvis looking up into the sun, trying to make sure he doesn't get hit with the ball over there. 2-2 here on Marina Haynes with 2 outs and nothing going on. Swing and a miss. She foul tipped it actually, but it'll be caught for strike number 3. And the inning is over. So for DCC in the second, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base at the end of 2 full innings here at Heindel Field in DuBois. It is Punxsutawney 1, DuBois Central Catholic 1. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. With locations in Chippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here at Heindel Field as we head to the top of the 3rd inning for Punxsutawney. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Sierra Tobin, Brooke Young, and Carly Young. Sierra Tobin singled to right in her first at bat back in the 1st inning. Her courtesy runner was erased on a fielder's choice by Brooke Young. Leah Mitzgavich in her 3rd inning of work. She's given up 5 hits and 1 run so far. The ball was lined into center field past the diving shortstop Franklin for a base hit. So Tobin leads off the 3rd with her 2nd hit of the game. Going to get another courtesy runner here. It's going to be the same one, Bryn Herbert. So Herbert comes into courtesy run for the 2nd time for Tobin.
Now batting, designated player, number 13, Brooke Young.
I'll bring up the designated player, Brooke Young. It's Gavich ready with her first pitch to Young. Called strike on the inside corner. Young grounded into a fielder's choice in her first at bat. Came back to the circle where the pitcher Mickiewicz turned and fired to second for the out. Line in the 0-1. It's inside and it's 1-1 strike. So 1-1 here on Brooke Young. She takes direction from manager and third base coach Brad Constantino. Courtesy runner Bryn Herbert is at first base for the Lady Chucks with nobody out. That ball is ripped down the line foul. Almost a nice catch in the bleachers down there by one of the fans, just off his hand. It's 1-2 strikes. One and two here on Brooke Young. Nobody out runner at first. Chilly day here in DuBois, as you would expect for late March. Wind into 1-2. There's a little roller. Third baseman Kolbatsky across the diamond in time to get Young on the play. Herbert takes second, and there's one away. Kolbatsky, the freshman, made a nice play there. So one out for Carly Young. Runner in scoring position for the senior first baseman for the Lady Chucks. Mickiewicz ready with the pitch. That ball was lifted into deep left field. Morgan and Rizzer in left center makes the catch. Tagging and moving to third on the play is Herbert, but they're now two away on that fly ball into left center field that is caught by the center fielder Rizzer. Brinley Hallman coming to the plate. Hallman just a freshman playing second base here for Punxsutawney. First pitch. Comebacker off the glove of Mickiewicz. Can she recover in time? She can't. And then she throws it away, but Hallman will hold there at first, but that's going to go as a base hit on a hard hit ball up the middle and an RBI for Hallman. And it's now 2-1 in favor of Punxsutawney. So just a tough break there as the comebacker was hit just a little too hard for Mickiewicz to be able to make the play on it. And here's another comebacker, this time by pull, and this time Mickiewicz is able to make the play and retire the side. So at the end of 2.5 innings, it's now Punxsutawney 2 and DuBois Central Catholic 1. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
It's that time of year where the weather tests our sanity. But better days lie shortly ahead. Nature will welcome us back to enjoy its sweet chorus, and sparkling waters will engulf us and rejuvenate our souls. There will be countless adventures and awesome opportunities, and most importantly, quality time with those we love. We welcome you to enjoy some of life's great experiences in Warren County, where we have been enjoying the great outdoors since 1819. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Simple, pure, real.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com. Back here at DuBois as we go to the bottom of the third with Punxsutawney now leading DuBois Central Catholic 2-1. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Lady Cardinals. Riley Kolbatsky leading off, followed by Franklin and Frank. As Kolbatsky takes, I guess that was a no pitch. I don't think the umpire was ready, so now we're going to get the first pitch to Kolbatsky, the freshman. She lines it into the screen. Strike one. So no balls and one strike. That one is hit into right field. Pull the right fielder, has a beat on it. She'll make the catch. And there's one away here in the DCC third. That'll bring up the top of the lineup.
Now batting, shortstop, number 13, Callie Franklin.
Callie Franklin stepping to the plate. Franklin singled and scored in the first inning. Take some direction from manager George Heigl. Looked like when the first two batters got hits for DCC that they had Tobin locked in, but Tobin has now retired 7 in a row since then. Ball one up high. Two of those have come by DuBois Lane strikeouts. Winding the 1-0. That ball is ripped foul. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Franklin. Kelly Franklin, the sophomore, coming off of a sensational freshman season. Winding the pitch. There's a base hit up the middle past the diving shortstop Scarbeck. And so Franklin has her second hit of the game.
Now batting, catcher, number 1, Jessie Frank.
Ring up Jessie Frank. She also has a hit in this one. Single to right in her first at bat. That ball is up high, ball 1. George Heigl calling out the signals here. Tobin ready with the 1-0. That ball was fouled away as Frank showed bunt and then swung at it. 1 ball and 1 strike. A run in the first, Punxsutawney single runs in the second and the third. That's where we stand right now, 2-1 in favor of the Lady Chucks. There's a ripped base hit into center field, and then it gets past the center fielder Dobbins and all the way to the wall. Franklin's going to score. On her way to third is Frank, and on the single and 2 base error, we're tied up again at 2-2. So Franklin ripped that ball to center. It gets past the center fielder, Dobbins, all the way to the wall, and DCC has tied the game at 2 and has a runner at third with just 1 out for Kaylee Rizzer. Rizzer takes ball 1. Here's the next pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. She struck out, kind of a controversial strikeout. There was some that felt, including myself, that the ball might have been tipped. Sounded like it, at least from up here, but the umpire didn't believe so. And his is the only opinion that really matters. Fouls that one off, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 and 2 here with Jessie Frank at third and 1 out. Rizzer trying to put the ball in play. That's inside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Punxsutawney playing back in the middle infield. They're conceding this run right now, so Rizzer can just get the ball in play either on the ground or in the air to the outfield. It'll score Jessie Frank. And this ball is hit to third, and now coming to the plate. She's safe at first. She's safe at the plate. So everybody's safe on the infield single by Rizzer, and it is now 3-2 in favor of DCC. So Rizzer, the infield single and the RBI. And now there's a base hit up the middle by Mickiewicz. So now that's 4 hits in a row after 1 out against Sierra Tobin for DCC. That'll bring up Rose Whipple. That'll make at least one of the runs this inning earned. Whipple turns the bunt, takes a strike. So after getting Kolbatsky to fly out to right, base hits by Franklin, Frank, Rizzer, and Mickiewicz, and an error on the center fielder Dobbins has helped DCC score twice and take a 3-2 lead. There's a ground ball, base hit into left field. Hitting third, coming to the plate, the throw, there will not be a throw. So it's a RBI single for Rose Whipple, and it's now 4-2 in favor of DCC. So Franklin scoring, Rizzer scoring all the way from second. Mickiewicz goes to second. Whipple safe at first on that base hit to right. Now to bring up Lauren Davidson. So Davidson takes ball one. There's ball two. So 5 consecutive hits after 1 out. And now George Heigl, I think he wants a pinch runner here, or maybe a courtesy runner. He wants a courtesy runner for Mickiewicz. So that'll be number 25, Lexi Berta, going out to run. So Berta's going to go out to run for Mickiewicz at second. So it'll be Berta at second, Whipple at first with 1 out. There's a ball, and that makes the count 3-0 now on Davidson. Davidson dropped something out of her. Oh, she dropped her card. It's her either her defensive card or her offensive card. It fell out. So she'll hand it to manager George Heigl. Goes back in now. 3-0 with 1 out. Runners at first and second. 3 runs in for DCC. They lead 4-2. Here's the 3-0. That misses outside. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. So the first walk issued here.
Now batting left fielder number 16, Lydia Morgan.
And now Brad Constantino going out to talk to Sierra Tovin. As after 1 out, Tovin's given up 5 hits and a walk, and the bases are loaded here with 2 runs in for the Lady Cardinals. Playing the Jeopardy theme music here. I think that's Jack Frank over on the music. Jack, a pretty good baseball player in his own right here when he played for the Cardinals. Well, they finally break up this mound visit. I think Brad Constantino is ordering a pizza, maybe from Scotty's. If he was doing that, as long as they send us some up here in the press box, we'll be okay with it. That'll bring up Lydia Morgan. Morgan fouled out in her first at bat. Big opportunity for the junior with the bases loaded and just 1 out and 3 runs already in for DCC. First pitch to Morgan. That's a little flare. That's going to land, but they're going to throw to second, and they're going to get the runner at second just barely, as the base runner Davidson wasn't sure if it was going to be caught or not. So it's going to go as an RBI fielder's choice for Morgan. Run does score, and it's now 5-2 in favor of DCC on the fielder's 9-6 fielder's choice. That was a bang play at second base, but base umpire did say the throw from the right fielder pull to the shortstop Scarback did beat Davidson, who was kind of anchored at first, waiting to see if that ball was going to land. So now a foul ball by Marina Haynes. So 2 outs now and runners at the corners. 5-2, DCC in the lead. They've scored 4 times here in the bottom of the third. All those runs earned against Sierra Tovin at this point. Wind in the 0-1. It's down low, and it's 1 ball and 1. one strike on. So Haynes trying to maximize this inning. Already a crooked number for the Lady Cardinals with a 4 spot. I'd like to get a 5th one there with Rose Whipple just 60 feet away. There's a ground ball base hit just out of the reach of a diving Scarback. And Marina Haynes does just that. It's now a 5-run inning for DCC. And Kylie Kolbatsky, the 10th batter to come to the plate in this inning, steps to the plate. Kolbatsky started things out with a fly out to right field. But since then, the Lady Cardinals have plated 5 as Kolbatsky takes ball 1. So at that point, it had been 7 in a row retired by Tobin when she got Kolbatsky to start this inning. And since then, the Lady Cardinals have zoned in on Tobin. So it's Morgan's at second. Haynes is at first. 1 ball and 1 strike on Kolbatsky. She goes back to the circle where Tobin will throw over to end the inning, but not until DCC picks up 5 runs on 6 hits. There was a walk, an error, and 2 left on base at the end of 3 full innings. It is now DuBois Central Catholic 6, Punxsutawney 2. Watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Back here at Heindel Field, 6-2 DCC, and there's been a pitching change for the Cardinals as Kolbatsky, Riley Kolbatsky, the freshman, now takes over in the circle. This is pretty much going to be, it looks like, how George Heigl handles things in the early going. Mickiewicz takes over now over at third base. So Mickiewicz goes 2 innings, gives up a couple of runs, both of them earned on 7 hits. Struck out 2, didn't walk anybody, so Kolbatsky will take over. Actually, it was 3 innings for Mickiewicz, not 2. As we are now in the 4th inning, 6-2 in favor of DCC. Leading off will be Dobbins. She'll be followed by Scarbeck and Olivia Tobin, the bottom third of the order for Punxsutawney. First pitch by Kolbatsky, up high, ball 1. Kolbatsky just a freshman, but you can tell when you watch her pitch, she can bring it. Wind and the pitch. Called strike on the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 on Kolbatsky as Heindel Field starting to fill up pretty good. Johnsonburg DuBois playing a game after this one that was originally scheduled for the Highlands Park field. That's a fair ball, and they're going to get the out. So that ball chopped right in front of the plate. Jesse Frank picks it up, throws over to first baseman Whipple, and there's 1 away here in the 4th inning. I'll bring up Brooke Scarbeck. Scarbeck is 1 for 1. Singled in the second inning. It's a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. Line in the 1-0. That is turned on and hit foul. Not even sure how she got around on that one. It was so far inside, but she does and fouls it off, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a little high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike on Brooks Scarbeck. Here in the top of the 4th inning with 1 out. Swings and misses at that one, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2.
Hey, sir. Sir. Hey, up front. That's okay.
That ball is fouled out of play, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Riley Kolbatsky in her first inning of work for DCC. There's a little ground ball. New third baseman Mitscavige up with it, throws across, and there's 2 away. So Mitscavige makes a nice play there. 2 outs for Olivia Tovin. So Olivia Tovin is 1 for 1. Had an RBI single back in the second inning. Takes ball 1.
Left fielder, number 2, Olivia Tobin.
Wind in the 1-0. Called strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Olivia Tobin with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. That misses. 2 balls and a strike. Today's game being brought to you by DuBois Lanes. Call 814-371-0344 for all your bowling needs. Check them out online at DuBoisLanes.com. DuBois Lanes is hoping for a striking season for the DCC Cardinals. That ball is a little flare off the glove of a diving Franklin for a base hit for Olivia Tovin. So Franklin laid all out trying to get it. She just came up a little short, and it'll be an infield single for Olivia Tovin, her second hit of the game. Bring us to the top of the lineup, and Avery Powell. Powell, the left-handed catcher who bats right-handed. Now, there's something you definitely don't see very often. She's 0 for 2. Takes strike 1. Quick throw down, and I think if Rose Whipple had put the tag down right away, they might have gotten Tovin over there, but Whipple had trouble finding her, and so Tovin's able to dive back in safely. Frank's already throwing out a runner stealing and almost had a pick off there. It's the 0-1 to Powell. That ball is fouled away, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 on Avery Powell with Olivia Tobin at first and 2 outs here for Punxsutawney in the top of the 4th. Lady Chucks trailing DuBois Central Catholic 6-2. Wind in the 0-2. Little high, and it goes off of Frank's glove. That'll be a wild pitch that allows Olivia Tobin to go into second base, as Frank had to go way up the ladder to try to get that one, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner now in scoring position for Punxsutawney. That ball is fouled out of play. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. If Powell's to reach, Sierra Tobin's next. Ready with the 1-2. That ball is lifted into foul territory. Mickiewicz gave it a chase. It was a little over her head. It'll be a foul ball and remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here on Avery Powell. Batsky ready with the 1-2 delivery. That ball is skied in foul territory. Mickiewicz, outside of your screen, makes the catch to end the inning. So for Punxsutawney in the 4th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of 3.5, it is DuBois Central Catholic 6, Punxsutawney 2. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Claims happen. Fortunately, you have Gerg Insurance and Financial in your corner. Your family is our family, and we really mean that. So we invite you to get in touch with us and find out for yourself. Gerg Insurance and Financial. Offices in Ridgeway, Warren, and St. Mary's. Call 814-781-1020 for an appointment or a quote today. Gerg Insurance and Financial wants to understand you to help protect you.
Gerg Insurance, caring for you and the things you care for.
Spring is here, and that means grilling season. Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville has all your grilling needs covered with chicken, steak, pork chops, and more. You can check out all of Mike's Bilo's weekly specials from the comfort of your home at mikesbilo.com, where you will also find online coupons and recipes. Visit Mike's Bilo on South 5th Street in Reynoldsville today. Mike's Bilo's Foods, your friendly hometown supermarket.
Back here at Heindel Field as we head to the bottom of inning number 4 with DuBois Central Catholic leading Punxsutawney 6-2. 1 in the first, 5 in the third for DCC, 1 in the second, 1 in the third for Punxsutawney. It'll be the top of the lineup for DCC, Franklin, Frank, and Rizzer.
Leading off for DuBois Central Catholic, shortstop, number 13, Callie Franklin.
Callie Franklin is 2 for 2 with a pair of runs scored. He was our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game in the opener against the Elk County Catholic Lady Crusaders on Friday, 9-0 DCC win. Now, umpire Ron Walter looking for some sort of clarification of something here. I was not sure what this is all about. Did they put in a new player or? Not sure what that's all about, but umpire Walter now walking back behind home plate. Ron, one of the good guys in District 9. Ball 1 upstairs. Long-time multiple sport official. Was awarded for 50 years of officiating service during the basketball playoffs. It's upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. There's a line drive off the glove of the second baseman Hallman.
Now batting
It was hit hard. I think we're going to go with a hit on that one. Was hit hard, and Hallman had to go up the ladder to get it a little bit. Took her glove off, basically. So we're going to give Franklin her third hit of the game. Not sure how they'll officially rule it, but in the press box, we're going with a hit right now. I had to think about that one for a while, though. 2-0 now, or I'm sorry, 1-1 now on Jesse Frank. Is kind of behind on the scoreboard here on my broadcast. There we go. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball is skied, foul territory. Young's going to give it a look, but it's going to be off the dugout roof over on the first base side. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jesse Frank, who is 2 for 2 with a run scored. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's up high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That ball is skied towards right, pulls underneath it. Poole will make the catch for out number 1.
Now to bat, center fielder, number 23, Kaylee Risser.
Bring up Kaylee Risser. Risser is 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Swings and misses, strike 1. Liam Scavich is on deck. Line in the pitch. That's a little flare base hit into center field by Risser. Franklin will stop at second, and now runners at first and second with 1 out for Malia Mickiewicz.
Now batting, third baseman, number 4, Malia Mickiewicz.
Mickiewicz 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. First pitch to Mickiewicz, down low, ball 1. So DCC trying to add to its 6-2 lead here. Tobin's pitch up high, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. So Tobin, who had a fantastic opening performance against a pretty good St. Mary's team, is run into a little bit of problems today against a very good hitting DCC team. That ball is popped up in foul territory. The second baseman, Hallman, coming over, can't make the catch. It would have been a tough play. It hits off of her glove. It's a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Malia Mickiewicz. Mickiewicz, the junior. Only 1 senior on this DCC team. That would be Rose Whipple. There's a ground ball. What a play by the third baseman, Hoffman. She'll run over and touch the bag at third for the out, and there's 2 away. So Mickiewicz couldn't have hit that ball any harder, but hit it right at the third baseman, who steps on the bag to erase Franklin for out number 2. That'll bring up Rose Whipple, 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Takes ball 1. It's now Risser at second. Mickiewicz is at first with 2 outs. 1 in the pitch. That ball is lifted towards center. Coming in as the center fielder, Dobbins, and she makes a diving catch to end the inning. So for Central in the 4th, no runs. They did have a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 4 full innings here at Heindel Field in DuBois, it is DuBois Central Catholic leading Punxsutawney 6-2. You're watching high school Softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. With locations in Shippensville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here at Heindel Field, we go to the fifth inning with Du Bois Central Catholic leading Punxsutawney 6-2. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Lady Chuck, Sierra Tobin, Brooke Young, and Carly Young. For manager Brad Constantino, who jogs out to the third base coaching box. Brad's brother Dave was my partner, not this basketball season, but last basketball season. Dave this year decided he wanted to get back into coaching. Blame me for it. Said it caught the bug. Doing all the games with me in the 2022 season. So Tobin leading off. She's 2 for 2. Just misses outside, ball 1. Of course, I had Jess Quinn with me for most of the year this past basketball season. A great season. Both Punxsutawney and Du Bois Central Catholic saw their girls teams make the state playoffs. Punxsutawney lost a heartbreaker in the first round to Knock. Here's a ground ball to McScavage. She's up with it, throws over to Whipple, and there's one away here in the 5th as they're finally able to retire Sierra Tobin. I'll bring up Brooke Young. And, of course, Du Bois Central Catholic, they also had a heartbreaking loss in the second round to Williamsburg. Williamsburg tied it on a last-second shot in regulation, then won the game in overtime. But a lot of talented athletes on both of these teams. Multi-sport athletes as well. As there's a ball. It's not getting that outside corner right now as Kobatsky. It's 1 ball and no strikes on Brooke Young, who is 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out the third. So her fielder's choice was right back at the pitcher, Mickiewicz. That one's way outside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, they're saying he called that a strike? Well, they're saying it's a strike, so it's 1-1. That was way outside. Now that one misses inside, and I guess it's 2-1. Waiting for the umpire to maybe give us the count. No, either way you look at it, this count probably should be 2-1. And so it is 2-1. It's fouled away. We do believe the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes here. It's kind of where you wish you had a pitch track comm system to the umpire to go, hey, give me the count. Yep, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's like he heard me up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wide in the pitch. Ground ball, shortstop Franklin on the second hop. Fires across the Whipple, and there's 2 away in the Punxsutawney 5th inning. That'll bring up Carly Young. Carly Young is 0 for 2.
Now batting first baseman number 6, Carly Young.
Carly Young has put on a sweatshirt. Getting a little chillier out as we've passed the 5 o'clock hour here in Du Bois. Wind in the pitch. I believe that was called strike 1. Not sure who the umpire is that takes forever, but there's an umpire in District 9 that we see a lot in the playoffs who you got to hold on and wait for the call, as that's a swing and a miss, strike two, no balls and two strikes. I mean, good umpire, don't get me wrong, just an umpire clock. They got the pitch clock going in baseball now, and with that umpire, you almost need an umpire clock. No balls, two strikes. Wind in the pitch. There's a ground ball, foul ball, just fouled down the third base side. Mitscavich had picked it up in foul territory. No balls, two strikes here on Carly Young. Kobatsky looking into the dugout where DCC likes to call the pitches for a long time. The line in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout by Kobatsky. That is a DuBois Lane strikeout. You'll always get a strikeout when you go to DuBois Lanes. At the end of 4.5 innings, it is DuBois Central Catholic 6, Punxsutawney 2. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
It's that time of year where the weather tests our sanity. But better days lie shortly ahead. Nature will welcome us back to enjoy its sweet chorus, and sparkling waters will engulf us and rejuvenate our souls. There will be countless adventures and awesome opportunities, and most importantly, quality time with those we love. We welcome you to enjoy some of life's great experiences in Warren County, where we have been enjoying the great outdoors since 1819. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Simple, pure, real.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com. Back here at Heindel Field as we head to the bottom of inning number 5 with DuBois Central Catholic leading Punxsutawney 6-2. It'll be Davidson, Morgan, and Haynes due up for DCC as we again await the umpire to get back from talking to the coaches. Not sure if there was a defensive change or something here. And what was up high is, yes, number 5, Gadis, is now in at third base. Kaylee Gadis in at third base in replace of Hoffman. There's a ground ball off the end of the bat. First baseman Young will step on the bag to retire Davidson for the first out.
Now batting left fielder, number 16, Lydia Morgan.
So Gadis taking over at third base here in this 5th inning. It's a strike on Lydia Morgan. Gadis, the senior, played a real key role a couple years ago for Punxsutawney. There's a little grounder. Gadis is going to be tested right away. Throw just got Morgan, and there are 2 away.
Now batting right fielder, number 2, Marina Haynes.
Bring up Marina Haynes. She's 1 for 2 with an RBI. First pitch to Haynes. Haynes rips that into left field, a base hit. Left fielder Tobin plays it on a hop. Will keep Haynes at first with a single, but that is Haynes' second hit of the game, and it's a little 2-out action now for DCC.
Now batting pitcher, number 11, Riley Kobatsky.
Bring up Riley Kobatsky. Kobatsky is 0 for 2 in the game. First pitch from Tobin, little chopper back to Tobin, does a nice job of lifting it up to her glove and then throws, and a nice pick over there by Carly Young will retire the side. So for DCC in the fifth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of 5 full innings here at Heindel Field in DuBois, it is DuBois Central Catholic 6, Punxsutawney 2. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Icing, screen printing, and embroidery located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here at Heindel Field as we head to the top of inning number 6.
Leading off for the Lady Chucks,
It'll be
number 16, Brindley Hallman.
Hallman, Poole, and Dobbins for DCC. Or for Punxsutawney, excuse me. Against Riley Kolbatsky, the freshman hurler. Riley Kolbatsky, Kolbatsky's first pitch here. Fouled straight back by Brindley Hallman, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Infield single back in the third against Malia Mitscavige. Scored the second run for Punxsutawney. Gave the Lady Chucks a 2-1 lead at that point, but DCC scored 5 runs in the bottom of inning number 3 to take the 6-2 lead, which is where we stand now as that ball misses low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A little chilly today, but as much as I complain about that, I know come Memorial Day here, it'll be probably too hot. That's a called strike on the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As our Warren County Visitors Bureau commercial says, warm weather's just around the corner. Gotten past, hopefully, the last of the snow, of the real snow at least, as that ball is fouled away. They say it might have some flurries overnight, either tonight or tomorrow night, but as long as it doesn't lay on the road, I'm okay with it. But if it does, you can go to the Warren Tire Center, get a good pair of winter tires from the Warren Tire Center. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball is a little looped out to Franklin. She'll make the catch at shortstop, and there's 1 away here in the Punxsutawney 6th.
Now batting, right fielder, number 10, Lacey Poole.
Great thing about the Warren Tire Center, you don't have to live in Warren to be able to buy tires from them. You can always go online, order them, have them even shipped to you. So I'm bringing up now Lexi Poole. She'll foul the first one away, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Special thanks to all the sponsors, especially here in the spring where sometimes it's a little harder to find people to sponsor. A lot of local businesses have spent a lot of money up to this point, so we're very grateful for those sponsors that we have that allow us to bring you high school baseball and softball. No balls and 2 strikes, especially during the regular season. And thankful for all of you who get on and watch. Been very impressed with the watcher ships that we've had through these first 2 games. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball is fouled away. And I'd be remiss to say, folks, if any of you out there own a business or know somebody who does, who might be interested, have them reach out to us. You can find us at, send us an email, sports@d9and10sports.com, or look us up on Facebook, send us a message that way, or Twitter. Check swing, foul ball. Remains no balls and 2 strikes on Lexi Poole. Line in the 0-2. Lexi Poole fouls that one just to the foul side of third base. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Batsky with the 0-2. Did she hold? Yes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Poole also 1 for 2 in the game. Freshman Riley Kolbatsky ready with the 1-2. That ball is flared out to right. Haynes got a bit of it, and then she drops it. That'll be an error on Marina Haynes, allowing Poole to reach safely at first. So the first error of the game by DCC gives Punxsutawney a runner at first with 1 out here in the 6th. As Haynes coming in, she sort of got caught in between, and when she came in, ball hit off of her glove and drops down for the error. So we'll pull it first for Emily Dobbins, who's 1 for 2 with a run scored. So I'm going to miss strike 1. Dobbins singled and scored in the 2nd. Grounded out to the catcher, Frank, in the 4th inning. She was the first batter that Riley Kolbatsky faced. Kolbatsky ready with the 0-1. Misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kolbatsky ready with the 1-1. That's a chopper. Franklin's going to have to wait back on it. Going to throw over, and then she throws it away. So that'll allow the runner to go to third, and on back-to-back errors, Punxsutawney is in business here in the 6th. So Franklin had it, probably could have stepped on second and erased the lead runner. Instead, tried to throw to first, and her throw was low. And now there's runners at first and third, and 1 out for Brooke Scarback, the shortstop. And Punxsutawney, trailing by 4, has a chance to get some of those runs back here. So DCC had played really good defense up until this 6th inning, but last 2 plays have not gone the Lady Cardinals' way. First pitch to Scarback, up high, ball 1. So now it's going to test the mettle of a freshman, Riley Kolbatsky. How does she handle a little bit of adversity? And these are the types of things I know George Heigl might not be most happy about the errors, but he's going to find out a little bit about his freshman pitcher right now as he calls time, and he's going to go out to the circle to talk to everybody involved, probably make sure that everybody's on the same page with what they're going to be doing defensively, and all of that, as the entire infield is gathered around Heigl in the circle. But again, we're going to find out a little bit about Kolbatsky, how she handles a little bit of adversity here of her own doing with should be out of the inning right now, but instead it's runners at first and third and just 1 out for Scarback, who is 1 for 2. She singled to left in the 2nd, grounded out to third baseman Mickiewicz in the 4th. So as the circle visit breaks up, with a count of 1 ball and no strikes on Scarback, Brad Constantino delivers his messages to his players now. And Skarbeck steps back into the box, back in the box here against Kolbatsky. Swing and a miss. Kolbatsky just blew that by her on the inside, and it's 1-1 strike. So 1-1 now on Skarbeck with Dobbins at first and Pull at third. 1-1. Called strike, and now it's 1-2 strikes, and Kolbatsky looking for the strikeout here. Olivia Tobin's on deck. She's 2 for 2. Skarbeck looking to play, get a run home, cut the lead in half at the very least for Punxsutawney. Fouls that one out of play. It remains 1-2 strikes. Skarbeck, one of the seniors on this team, along with Cadiz and Carly Young and Sydney Hoffman. Wind into 1-2 by Kolbatsky. Little high, and it's 2 strikes. It's a little bit more senior laden than DCC is Punxsutawney, but not with a ton of seniors. Wind into 2-2. That is fouled away again. Almost hit Skarbeck coming back off. There's a scoreboard up behind the home plate area off the roof, and it probably hit that and came back down and almost cut Skarbeck in the helmet. Did not, fortunately, and it's 2 strikes. Kolbatsky ready. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Ground ball. Franklin's going to cut it off. She's going to throw, but it's going to be way late. And Punxsutawney picks up a run. They're back within 3. It's 6-3 on the base hit infield single by Brooke Skarbeck, her second hit of the game. Scoring there is Lexi Poole, being an unearned run against Kolbatsky. Going to second is Dobbins. So still runners at first and second, and just 1 out for Olivia Tobin. And now Punxsutawney with the top of the order coming up could really do some damage if Tobin can reach here. Called strike. So the errors here have come back to hurt Central in the 6th inning. Already a run across thanks to them for Punxsutawney. Winding the pitch. It's outside, and it's 1-1 strike. So 1-1 on Olivia Tobin. Dobbins is at second, Skarbeck's at first. That ball is fouled away, and it's 1-2 strikes. So again, Kolbatsky looking for the strikeout, wearing number 11, the freshman. She peers in. Gets the sign from her coaches, looks at her wristband, steps onto the rubber. Ready with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's a DuBois Lane strikeout. Big one there for Kolbatsky, her second. So that'll bring it up to the top of the lineup. Avery Powell will step to the plate. Powell is 0 for 3. Pop up to the pitcher, pop up to the shortstop, and a foul out. Getting some last-second instructions from manager Brad Constantino. So now Kolbatsky with an opportunity to maybe pitch her way out of what could have been a serious jam if she can get Powell here. The 2 errors here in the inning have helped Punxsutawney score a run, and they've got runners at first and second and 2 outs now. It's down low, ball one. Sierra Tobin, the dangerous Sierra Tobin on deck. Kobatsky and DCC would like to get Powell here. Punxsutawney would love to get Tobin to the plate. Winding the 1-0. Fouled straight back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Dobbins is the runner at second. Scarback's at first. Scarback had the RBI infield single after the 2 straight errors against the Lady Cardinals, one on the right fielder Haynes, the other on the shortstop Franklin. Next pitch, that ball is hit into foul territory. Miscavige is going to give it a look, but it's going to be off the third base dugout. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here on Avery Powell with a run in for Punxsutawney. They still trail 6-3. Powell does represent the tying run. Wind in the 1-2. That is fouled off the third base side. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind is blowing from left to right here at beautiful Heindel Field. Still early in the season, so the waterfall not turned on yet. Wind in the 1-2. That's a little high and inside, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on Avery Powell with runners at first and second and 2 outs and a run in. Kobatsky ready with the 2-2. Fouled off as Powell went after 1 inside. He's able to get a piece of it, get it into foul territory. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Freshman Riley Kobatsky's got her sign. Ready now with the 2-2. Line drive, base hit into left field. Turning second, third, and heading to the plate with another run is Dobbins, and it's now 6-4. So Powell won that battle with the base hit to left. And it's now 6-4. That'll bring up Tobin. Sierra Tobin is 2 for 3, both of her hits against Miscavige. She grounded out the third base, which is Miscavige now, in her lone plate appearance against Kobatsky. Called strike. So Tobin, who has home run power, represents the go-ahead run now for Punxsutawney. Kobatsky ready with the 0-1. Fouled off, and he's way out in front now. No balls and 2 strikes. So Tobin's got a single to right, a single to center, and a ground out to third. She's down in the count here, 0-2, with Scarback at second and Powell at first. Winding the pitch. Just missed. They want an appeal. Will they give it? They're going to give it, and they're saying no swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tobin. Kobatsky picks up the rosin, looks into the dugout, steps onto the rubber. The wind and the 1-2. Way outside. That's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 on Tobin. Tying runs at first here in the 6th. 2 runs across, both of them unearned for Punxsutawney. Kobatsky ready with the 2-2. Misses it low, and now it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on for the Chucks. They'll be running on this. Ball in the gap will definitely score 2 and tie the game. Kobatsky ready with the 3-2. There's a line drive. That is into the gap. Rizzer over to cut it off. Run will score. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's a 6-5 game on the base hit by Tobin. So the errors are now massively big for Central here in this inning, as it's led to 3 unearned runs.
Now batting the designated player, number 13, Brooke Young.
That'll bring up Brooke Young. Tying run is 60 feet away. Go ahead run is at first. They run for Tobin over there. Can't tell. I'm going to guess they ran for Tobin, but right now I can't tell. First pitch to Young, swing and a miss. They did run for Tobin. Again, it is Bryn Herbert over there. She's been the runner for Tobin all 3 times she's reached base. So 3 runs across for Punxsutawney. Tying run is 60 feet away. Go ahead runs at first here in the 6th. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. (6-5) DCC. They scored 5 in the 3rd. Punxsy has answered back here with 3 here in the 6th. Wind in the pitch. That's a little flare. Second baseman Davidson's going to get it to end the inning, but not before Punxsutawney scores 3 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a new ball game here, 6-5. Du Bois Central Catholic leading over Punxsutawney. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network.
Spring is here, and that means grilling season. Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville has all your grilling needs covered with chicken, steak, pork chops, and more. You can check out all of Mike's Bilo's weekly specials from the comfort of your home at mikesbilo.com, where you will also find online coupons and recipes. Visit Mike's Bilo on South 5th Street in Reynoldsville today. Mike's Bilo's Foods, your friendly hometown supermarket.
Swift Kennedy and Company in Du Bois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. Back here at Heindel Field, where it's a 1-run game. Du Bois Central Catholic leading Punxsutawney 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the top of the order for Du Bois, and Kylie Franklin leads off with a fly ball to left. That left fielder Olivia Tobin makes the catch on. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Sierra Tobin as she gets Franklin to fly out to left. That'll bring up Jessie Frank. Jessie is 2 for 3 with a run scored. She'll chop that ball foul. So now Sierra Tobin hoping to hold DCC scoreless after her team, with her help, put up a 3 spot in the top of this 6th inning. There's a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wide in the 1-1. Ground ball. Nice play by the third baseman, Gadis. Nice throw across the diamond to get Jessie Frank. And now there's 2 away here in the 6th.
Now batting center fielder number 23, Kaylee Risser.
That'll bring up Kaylee Rizzer. Rizzer is 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. First pitch to Rizzer. She skies at the center. Dobbins underneath it, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Sierra Tobin in the Punxsutawney Chucks. We head to the 7th. Punxsutawney needs a run. They trail 6-5. You're watching high school softball on the YDL Sports Network, D9and10sports.com, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Claims happen. Fortunately, you have Gerg Insurance and Financial in your corner. Your family is our family, and we really mean that. So we invite you to get in touch with us and find out for yourself. Gerg Insurance and Financial. Offices in Ridgeway, Warren, and St. Mary's. Call 814-781-1020 for an appointment or a quote today. Gerg Insurance and Financial wants to understand you to help protect you.
Gerg Insurance, caring for you and the things you care for.
Spring is here, and that means grilling season. Mike's Bilo in Reynoldsville has all your grilling needs covered with chicken, steak, pork chops, and more. You can check out all of Mike's Bilo's weekly specials from the comfort of your home at mikesbilo.com, where you will also find online coupons and recipes. Visit Mike's Bilo on South 5th Street in Reynoldsville today. Mike's Bilo's Foods, your friendly hometown supermarket.
Back here at Heindel Field, we head to the 7th inning. Punxsutawney looking for at least one to keep this game alive. They trail 6-5 against DuBois Central Catholic. They'll send up in the 7th, they'll send up 4, 5, and 6. Carly Young, Brindley Hallman, and Lexi Pohl against the freshman Riley Kolbatsky. So Young stepping to the plate. Carly Young, she is 0 for 3, has struck out a pair of times, once against Mickiewicz, once against Kolbatsky.
Number 6, Carly Young.
DCC looking for the 3 outs they need to win this game. That ball is skied high and out of play. Strike 1 on Carly Young. Kolbatsky, who's been charged with 3 unearned runs in this, is ready with the 0-1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Young. Wide in the pitch. Ball is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes into the bleachers over on the third base side. Waiting for the softball to be thrown back into play. Ready with the 1-2. There's a line drive, base hit into center field. Rizzer will play it on a bounce, but Punxsutawney, trailing by a run, has a runner on to start the 7th.
Now batting, second baseman, number 16, Brindley Hallman.
That'll bring up Brindley Hallman. Hallman is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Let's see if Punxsy looks to put the runner in scoring position here. Yep, she's going to bunt, turns around and fouls it straight back. Strike 1. So Brad Constantino looking down his list of plays. Not sure whatever happened to the days where Instead of having a list of plays, you went through signals and signs, but that's long gone now. No balls and 1 strike on Hallman. Hallman shows bunt again. This time fouls it away, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. So Hallman, the freshman, trying to get down the sacrifice bunt. We'll see if they keep it on here with 2 strikes on her. Kubatsky ready with the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. I don't think Hallman really liked that call, but it is what the call is, and there's 1 away here on that Dubois Lane strikeout. 3rd one for Kubatsky, the freshman. I'll bring up Lexi Poole. Poole is 1 for 3. Reached on an error last inning and scored. That was the error on the right fielder, Haynes. One's outside, ball 1. So Young's at first with 1 out now for Lexi Poole. Wind in the 1-0. There's a called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying runs at first for Punxsutawney with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. The wind in the 1-1. Called strike 2 on the inside corner, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Poole. The freshman Kubatsky looks in, ready with the 1-2. Misses that just outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 here on Poole. Young's at first with 1 out. The wind into 2-2. Little chopper foul, however, on the first base side remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kubatsky's pitch. Fly ball to right. Haynes under it. Haynes will make the catch, and there's 2 away. And Punxsutawney's down to their last out. Bring up Emily Dobbins. She is 1 for 3. Has scored twice. Reached on an error in her last at bat and scored. She's the last hope for the Lady Chucks. There's a called strike. There's a swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. So now Punxsutawney down to its last strike. Ball is fouled away. Staying alive here is Dobbins. Stay with us, folks. At the end of the game, we will have our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game interview. Wind in the 0-2. Little high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kubatsky set with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. She strikes her out, and the game comes to a close. DuBois Central Catholic defeats Punxsutawney 6-5. In the seventh for Punxsy, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Final score: Punxsutawney it's defeated. DuBois Central Catholic defeats Punxsutawney 6-5. We'll be back after these messages to wrap things up, including our player of the game interview. For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com.
As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford & Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford & Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford & Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford & Henry Real Estate Services, something different.
Yeah, we're back here at Heindel Field. Now you're looking at me, unfortunately, but had to get the camera moved around so when we get our player of the game interview. Let's wrap things up here as DuBois Central Catholic defeats Punxsutawney 6-5. DCC a run in the first, 5 in the third is how we got there. For the Punxsutawney Lady Chucks, they had 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the sixth. Looking at the line, Franklin went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored for DCC. Frank was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Rizzer was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Mickiewicz was 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Whipple was 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Davidson was 0 for 2 with a walk. Morgan was 0 for 3 with an RBI. Haynes was 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Kolbatsky was 0 for 3. For Punxsutawney, going 1 for 4 was Avery Powell with an RBI. Sierra Tobin was 3 for 4 with an RBI. Her courtesy runner, Bryn Herbert, scored a run. Brooke Young was 0 for 4. Carly Young was 1 for 4. Brinley Hallman was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Lexi Poole was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Emily Dobbins was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Brooke Scarbeck was 2 for 3 with an RBI. And Olivia Tobin was 2 for 3 with an RBI. The winning pitcher, Riley Kolbatsky, goes 4 innings, gives up 3 unearned runs on 5 hits. In relief of Malia Mickiewicz, who gave up 2 runs in 3 innings of work on 7 hits. Kolbatsky struck out 4 and Mickiewicz 2. For the losing pitcher, Sierra Tobin, she was charged with 6 runs on 11 hits. She walked 1, did have a couple of strikeouts. We're going to step aside. When we get back, we hope to have our player of the game interview. As yes, she has just walked in, and We're going to take a second to get everything set up. When we come back, we'll have Jesse Frank, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. Yeah, we're back here with our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game, Jesse Frank, the catcher for DuBois Central Catholic, had a couple of hits. Also had what I thought was a really important caught stealing of a Punxsutawney player in an inning where Punxsutawney picked up a run but could have had a lot more. I want to start with that, Jesse. I've watched you the last 3 years. You're now a junior, and you've just gotten better and better at that catcher's position. Talk about the hard work you've put in that position.
Oh, yeah, I think it takes a lot. I think it's a really important position on the field. So I know I have to show up every game for my team because I know I have a really important job out there.
Talk a little bit about the freshman, Riley Kobatsky. She gives up the 3 unearned runs, but for a freshman, and to have the 2 errors that happened in that inning, and then to have the 3-run score, but to be able to get out of that, and then after giving up the leadoff single in the 7th inning to just settle down. Talk a little bit about what you saw from a freshman today.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job of just not getting shaken out there. She acts like she's a senior. She looks like she's been there this whole time. She moves the ball great. She has great speed. So I think she's really going to do well for us this year.
Then talk about the offense. It seems like the 2 games that you've won this year, it's been about the lineup 1 through 9. Is that really what DCC softball is going to be about in 2023?
Yeah, it has been for a while. I think we're going to keep it that way. We make sure we have everybody hitting, not just a couple. We work at it every night, and we think it's a really important thing for us.
To start the season 2-0 with wins over 2 of the top teams in District 9, Elk County Catholic and Punxsutawney, what does this do to your guys' confidence level?
It really brings it up. I think we're ready to face these big teams. I think already we're looking for the end of the season where we have to show up in those important games. So I think it's really good that we're showing up like this early on.
Well, congratulations, Jesse, on the wing, and congratulations on being named the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game.
Thank you.
That is Jesse Frank, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. Once again, folks, final score, DuBois Central Catholic 6, Punxsutawney 5. You've been watching Allegheny Grill of Foxburg high school softball on the YDL Sports Network. Until next time, this is Chris Rossetti saying good night